This is The Law of Money with me, Vivek Law. Joining me today is Yashish Dahiya, founder of PolicyBazaar.com, who revolutionized the way we buy insurance in this country. Let's move from health to now investment.
Sure.
We've talked about endowment plans in the past and how they worked, and most of us understood those money back, etc. From a returns perspective, very, very average over the years.
Yes.
Then we saw a burst of ULIPs.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
And while a lot of people went out and bought ULIPs, there was a feeling that they weren't sold the way they should have been sold, because I think a lot of people thought these could be products of 3 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
The charges were very high,
Yes.
and therefore, if you went after 3 years to withdraw, you felt your money has been wiped out, and
Yes.
there was a lot of resentment.
Yes.
Over the last few years, there have been a lot of regulatory changes.
Yeah.
In fact, the industry would say it's been a complete change.
Yeah.
And now we find there are certain set of ULIPs, or some experts talking about the fact that some ULIPs are fairly competitive now post the regulatory changes.
Yes.
So my straight question to you, should one buy a ULIP?
So last 4 years, I have personally been buying ULIPs with my money, and there's a reason why I have been doing that. See, today, historically, ULIPs had very high charges, and because of those charges, it was very easy for distribution to push these products, and hence they were always being pushed. But 2011, August 2011 actually, a regulation was brought in which capped the charges on ULIPs to 2.25% per year. That's the maximum any ULIP that exists today can charge. Now, I hope people know that when they buy a mutual fund through any distributed mutual fund, that also costs exactly 2.25%. Now, that is the maximum, right? But many companies have brought out very aggressive ULIPs which have much lower costs. I'm aware of ULIPs that are operating at 1.5%, 1.4%. Now soon there are products coming out at 1.25%. Now the viewer may be confused by what is this 1.C. People get confused because they look at allocation charge, fund management charge. When you look at a ULIP, a bulk of the cost of a ULIP is actually in its fund management charge. If I look at any ULIP over a 10-year period, and one can do the math, more than 80% of all the cost of the ULIP is actually in its fund management charge. Now, the fund management charge, a mutual fund also has. ULIP also has. Every product which is market linked has that. You have debt ULIPs, you have market linked ULIPs. So I think there's a lot of options, and they're very low cost. You have certain tax benefits which are unique to the insurance product because you have a component of insurance coming in. And I can hand on heart say these now compete fully with the mutual fund category. And for a lot of customers, they will make sense. Now, there is one catch about the ULIP, which is both a positive and a negative. You have a 5-year lock-in. If you leave within this 5 years, you are going to have a surrender charge, which is about at most 6,000 rupees or 6% of the ULIP. Now, that is a negative, but it's also a positive. Let me explain. Why has real estate done well as a category over the last 30-40 years? Because it was not liquid.
Preferred to stay invested.
You could not sell it when things went down. How does a normal person behave? When things go down, he gets jittery. He wants to sell as quickly as possible. When things go really up, he feels very happy. He does not sell. So, it is likely, and you would find that the markets go down because people are selling. And they stay down because people are still selling. And they go up because people keep buying. So, the point I'm making is, the moot point is, for the average retail customer, that lock-in is a good thing, not a bad thing.
And when you buy the ULIP, be cognizant of the fact that this is about long-term wealth building.
Absolutely. This is not a short-term product.
Irrespective of who comes and tells you what.
And the beautiful part about the markets is, if you take a 5, 7, 10-year view, in the last 30, 40 years, nobody has ever gone wrong. You've always had returns of 10, 15, 20%, much higher than the fixed deposits, as long as you take a long-term view. If you take a 2-year view, yes, things can go wrong. Who is to say that the market will not be at 15,000 2 years from now? Nobody can guarantee anything. We all have a view, but I don't think in 2007, the view was that the market was going to 8,000. But it did go to 8,000 within 18 months of that. But But today it is where it is again.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, Yashish. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for coming on The Law of Money to demystify insurance.
Thank you very much.
We'll keep this conversation going.
Thanks.